Actually, guys, this is pretty cool. There's somebody in Japan that I really, really want to collaborate with. She's super cool. It seems like she's interested also, and I'm gonna go see her show. I don't know, it's somebody that you guys might not know, to be honest, so it depends on how much you like Japanese music, I guess. But that person invited me to their show, and I was like, yeah, let's go. And then she was like, oh, hey, also, how about an onsen trip? And I was like, really? Is that really okay? Oh, totally, Snoop. Yeah, she's my favorite rapper of all time, Snoop Dogg. And you say you don't have Riz. I don't know about all that. If I do, it's not because I'm trying to. I'm really not. I'm just living. Snoop is my favorite Japanese lady too. But yeah, that made me really happy, I guess. I was like, ah, cool. I'm always down for the onsen, anytime. Finding people that enjoy the onsen as well makes me really happy. Yeah, a little common point, you know? Especially getting to go and do that with like somebody I admire a lot, you know? Someone actually asked me recently, like, do you get starstruck anymore, Mori? Like, do you see people that are like famous or like a big deal, right? And do you get like starstruck? And I was kind of like, I thought about it and I was like, huh, I actually do not at all whatsoever. Maybe it's because I grew so much as a person, because you are the star. I don't know if star is the right word, but I mean, I guess just because ever since I became a person that the world perceives. When I look at other people, they're just people to me, which is probably the better way, to be honest. But what would happen if that had never happened? How would I look at people then? But it's not always just like, oh, this person is just a person. Other times, maybe it seems a little rude, but you know, sometimes they say don't meet your heroes, and I think that there's some truth to that. There are some people that kind of seem very aloof that I've kind of like seen and not really interacted, but perceived from far away, right? And the way that they interact with people. It's more of a feeling of, you're not such a big deal. Most of the time it's just people that are in the general area, but if I see you like not treating others around you with like respect, etc., there's a part of me that wants to be like, oh, well, they're just tired. Oh, they're probably exhausted. You know what that feels like, Mori. I get that, but there is a difference. And that happens a lot of times these days when somebody, quote unquote, in general, famous is in my general vicinity. I kind of get this feeling of like, everyone really talks this person up as like the greatest thing ever, but they kind of seem like a dig. There are definitely times where I feel tired, and maybe that reflects a little bit on the way that I act, but gosh, there are some people where I'm just like, wow. Usually I don't have any direct interaction with them, but I watch from afar. I see a lot of things. I'm very much a watcher. So yeah, don't meet your heroes. Some of them may be assholes. It's just the way of the world, I guess. But at the same time, I guess all this to say, I'm doing my best, but I try to not be like that. Because I see what it's like and it's not great. You hate to see it, but at the same time, idolization of people is something that's not just a quote-unquote idol industry thing. It's just celebrity in general. That's just our world, our celebrity-driven world. Not everybody's perfect, but can you blame some of the viewers for thinking that they are when they're displayed that way all the time? I don't know, it's a bit of a conundrum. You're our idol. Oh God, Calli's perfect. That's the opposite of what I want to happen. But I feel like I've made enough mistakes that, it's not like that. I'm not here to provide perfect person. Case in point, perfect person content. Not because I'm trying to be real or anything, it's because I cannot. I don't have that kind of poise, I don't have that air of coolness. I don't have it. So if you're looking for it, don't come here. It's not to doom post or anything. I'm pretty happy with the way that things are. I'm pretty self-aware. I'm also very critical, not just of other people, but of myself. But it's not like I'm sitting there demanding anything. I just kind of think to myself, maybe I just can't be as sympathetic because of my own internal rules, I guess. But not everyone can have those same rules. I get that. It's more in regards to myself than anything. I asked somebody who I really admire a lot how they can like themselves, I guess. I know it seems like a weird question, but I asked them, how do you like yourself? Because I definitely had a lot of trouble with that, right? And they said, well, you need to make rules for yourself. And also at the same time, I'd like to not leave this planet as a bitter, cynical person. Because there's definitely a lot of that with me these days. I don't say anything, but I'm definitely thinking it. You live in a narcissistic delusion, like a certain warden working retail has you in that setting. I really admire people that can work intense service jobs and not come out super bitter. A lot of times I feel like doing that made me a very bitter person. Crony catching strays. She didn't ask for this. Yeah, no. With Crony, it's all an act. She might not think it is. She might be like, no, I really am perfect. I see through that. I don't know. That's just how I perceive her. She might believe it though. She might really believe that that's how she is. I don't think it's real. I know narcissistic people. Oh man, they're everywhere. I know lots of them. Would you say loves themselves the most in EN then? If that ain't too much information, I don't know. I think it's not a bad thing to love yourself, but there's a difference between loving yourself and being narcissistic, which is why I asked that one person, how do you love yourself, right? And they're like, oh, set up rules. Like, this is how hard I'm going to work on everything that I do, no matter what. This is the time I'm going to stream every single day, and it will never deviate. But then when things happen and it doesn't work like that, I get upset because I'm like, I can't follow my own rules. Rules are meant to be broken. No, no, no. I can't. Not if I want them to mean anything. Oh my lord! Narcissism does mean you love yourself and have main character syndrome. It also applies to people who focus on self-loathing as well. Now that's something I've never heard in my life. Why? Is it because you think about yourself a lot? I wonder. Interesting conundrum. Oh, I'll try to stop being so cynical. I'm definitely pessimistic though. Probably should fix that. I'm a little less pessimistic in the fall though. I probably do need to stop being overly critical of the world and myself. It's definitely worse for me though, for sure. I definitely look at myself under too harsh of a scope. They say that everybody's entitled to their own opinions, right? I'm entitled to my own opinions of myself too, but I probably should fix them a little bit and give myself a little more credit.